today we are coming to talk about frequency distribution table. And on the board, we have an incomplete frequency distribution table that we are supposed to complete. But when you look on the board, you can see that in the parameters we have places where there are empty spaces. When you look on it, you can see that we have heart rates. These are the limits. So you can see that we have 60 to 69. We have 70 to 79. These are the limits within which we are working. So because it is incomplete, we will depend on the one having values to find for the one that does not have any value. So first of all, let's label the empty spaces, especially the frequency. So let's consider this space to be F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. So now on the board we can say that the total frequency, which is 120, corresponds to the relative frequency proportion 1.0. Then we can also say that then F2 also corresponds to the relative frequency proportion 0.20. So therefore, F2 will be equal to 0.20, while the total frequency, which is 120, will be equal to 1.00. So we make F2 the subject. It means that we do cross multiplication. So F2 will be times 1.0 equals 120 times 0.24. 0.20, sorry. So F2 will be equal to 120 times 0.20. Then F2 will be equal to 24.
Good.
So therefore F2 is 24. Now, looking through the parameters, we can also say that adding F1 to F2 is supposed to give us the 42. So therefore, F1 plus F2 will give us 42. So F1 plus 24 equals 42. F1 equals 42 minus 24, which is 18. So therefore, F1 equals 18. We can also conclude on the fact that there are principles that rules the game. So we can say that in relative frequency less than, the first value is the same as the frequency. So therefore, this space will also be 18. Now, we can also say that F5 equals 0.125 at the relative frequency proportion. Whilst the 120, the total frequency, also corresponds to the relative frequency proportion of 1.0. So we can use these parameters to also find F5. So we can say that F5 equals 0.125, then 120, which is the total frequency, will equal to 1.0. Therefore, we cross multiply. So it will be F5 equals 120 times 0.125. So let's point it. So 120 times 0.125, which is 15. So therefore F5 is 15. Now, when you add the frequencies, we are supposed to get 120. So therefore, since we don't have F3, we can use this place to find F3. So F3, so we can say that F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4 plus F5 plus F6 should give us 120. So F1 is 18, F2 is 24, F3 we don't know, plus F4, which is 16, plus F5, which is 15, plus 8. So give us 120. So therefore, let's punch and see. So 18 plus 24 plus 16 plus 15
plus 8.
plus 8. So F3 plus 81 equals 120. Therefore, F3 equals 120 minus 81. F3 will give us, I think, 39. Yes, 39. So therefore, F3 equals 39. Now, we can use these values to complete the frequency less than, the cumulative frequency less than. So it means that whether we use the diagonal method or use the horizontal. So when we add all this, it's supposed to give us this. Or we will add this and to give us this. So let's add 42 plus 39. So 42 plus 39 will give us 81. Then 81 plus 16.
97.
You get 97. Then 97 plus 5.
15. 97 plus
97 plus 15. 97 plus 15 give us 112. Then here, so another principle is that in frequency, cumulative frequency less than, the last value is the same as the total frequency. So therefore here will be automatically 120. So right now we are done with the cumulative frequency less than. Let's move to the cumulative frequency more than. So cumulative frequency more than, the one principle is that the total frequency is also the same as the first cumulative frequency more than. So therefore this place will also be 120.
Yes, it's correct.
I'm coming on. You pause first.
Oh, don't worry.
The last frequency.
So the last frequency
Is equal to the last cumulative more than.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
so, yes.
Then when
The last CF more than
Yes,
is
now
equal
in
to the
diagonal.
last frequency. So
Okay.
if here is 8, down there is also 8.
8. Then you
Now
add this
in
one,
diagonal,
this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
This. Okay. Let's continue.
Continue.
So now another principle is that the last frequency is also the same as the last frequency for cumulative frequency more than. So therefore here too will be 8. Then let's use the horizontal method. Since that when we add 8 to 15, it should give us this. So 8 plus 15 will give us 23. So here is 23. Then we can do the diagonal. So this plus 16, so plus 16, give us 39 here. Then add 39 to 39, give us 78. Then add 70 to 24, give us 102. So we are now done with the cumulative frequency more than. Let's move to the relative frequency proportion. So when it comes to the relative frequency proportion,
Percentage.
a relative frequency percentage,
Good.
what you do is that you take each frequency divided by the total, multiply by 100. So that's what we are coming to do here. Okay. So let's take F1. So F1 equals 18 over 120 times 100. Then F2 will be 24 over 120 times 100. F3 will be 39 over 120 times 100. F4 will be 16 over 120 times 100. F5 will be 15 over 120 times 100. F6 will be 8 over 120 times 100. So we are now coming to punch. So 18 divided by 120. So for the F1 we have 50%. Let me confirm. 18 divided by 120. It's 15. So here is 15%. Then the second one, it is 24 divided by 120 times 100.
20%.
We have 20, and here 39. $32.5. 16 divided by 120 times 100. 13.33. 15 divided by
12.5%.
12.5. Is 6.67%. So we are coming to fill the space. So here is 20, here is 32.5, here is 13.33, we have 12.5, and we have 6.67. So we are now, we've completed the relative frequency percentage. Now we are moving to relative frequency proportion. What we will do is that we take each frequency, then we divide by the total frequency. That will give us the relative frequency proportion. So let's do that.
You can do it straight.
Okay.
Yes, in the space.
So we are just doing it straight away. So you will pick 18 divided by 120.
0.15.
0.15. Then we take 39 divided by
24.
120.
24.
That one is there already.
24, yes, it's there already, so we are doing 39. So, because this one is there here already, so we are moving to the next one. It is 39 divided by 120, which will give us 0.325. The next one is 16 divided by 120 to give us 0.133. Then the last one here is as we provided already. So we move to the next one, which is F6.
0.667.
0.667. So when you add it, you are supposed to get 1.0, and you don't write it because it's always there. So now we have cumulative percentage. So what we will do is that we will add the relative frequency percentage all together. So here it is the same as the first one. So here we have 15. Then you add 15 to 20, you get 35. 35 plus 32.5.
67.
67.5. Then 67.5 plus 13.33. You get 80.83 plus 12.5. You get 93.33, then 100.
Good.
So you've been able to complete the table. Now the second question is that you are supposed to find the median of the cumulative frequency. So therefore we have a formula. So median will be equal to L plus N over 2 minus CF previous, all divided by the median frequency, all multiplied by the height.
Good.
So let's define the parameters. Where L is
Lower boundary.
the lower boundary, N is the frequency, then CF
N is the total frequency.
N is the total frequency, Then CF previous is the
Cumulative
Cumulative.
frequency before
cumulative frequency before the median
median class.
class. Then we have the
H
H, which is the class width
of the median class.
of the median class.
L is the lower boundary of the median class. L.
So L is the lower boundary of the median class.
Good.
So for us to get the lower boundary, we will the lower boundary of the median class. So this is the median class. So first of all, we have to find the median class.
Good.
So for us to find the median class, it is the frequency divided by 2.
Good.
So therefore, we know that our frequency is 120. So we divide the frequency by 2. So we need that to be 120 over 2, which is what? 60. So it means that our median should fall on the 60th
Position
position.
on the CF.
On the CF. That's the
Less than.
cumulative frequency less than.
Good.
So when you have, you know that here is 42. So the 60th position is found in the class level, which is between 80 to 89.
Good.
So therefore, you already know our median.
So the median class is equal to
So the median class is equal to 80 to
89.
89.
And you write it there.
Okay. So median class was 80 to 89.
Good.
Therefore, the median frequency, you know that is all divided by the median frequency. So it means that you take the frequency of the median, which is 39.
39.
Okay. So now we are now going to calculate for the median.
Good.
So let's solve it here.
Bravo fee.
So now, for us to get the lower boundary of the median class, we will subtract 0.5 from the lower boundary, from the lower limit, sorry. So it means that when we take, let's take 80. So 80 to 89. For us to get the lower boundary, we are supposed to subtract 0.5 from the lower limit. So therefore it will be 79.5. So therefore L equals 79.5. Then the total frequency, we know it to be 120. Then the CF, the cumulative frequency before the median class. So cumulative frequency before the median class is 42. So here will be 42. Then the class width. So that for us to get the class width, we have two methods. One is for us to subtract 0.5 from the lower class limit and add 0.5 to the upper class limit. Then you subtract the upper class limit from the lower class limit, which will give us 10. Or we will add we will subtract the lower class limit from the upper class limit. Then we add 1 to it. So let's take that one. So it means that the height will be equal to, let's take this value, 80 and 89.
Okay.
So it will be 89 minus 80
Plus
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 1,
one.
which
Okay.
gives us 10.
10.
So we are now coming to substitute these values into the formula. Now, we know L to be 79.5 plus. Now, let's look at this case. Here is the same as the median. So we know the median to be 60. So we just substitute the 60. So plus 60
During the brackets.
minus the CF before the median class,
42.
which is 42, all divided by the median frequency, which is 39, times the class width, which is 10. So with this, to be 79.5, you subtract this one, you get 18 over 39 times 10. It can also be 79.5 plus 180 over 39. So we will have 79.5 plus 4.615. So therefore, add it to 79.5. So therefore, our answer, or our median, will be 84.12 BPM. That's the unit. So therefore, we have our median to 84.12 BPM.
How do you confirm the answer is correct?
So for you to confirm if the answer is correct, you just the value that you get, it must fall within the median class, which is, so we have 84.12, so it falls between 80 to 89. So this shows that our answer is correct.
Okay.
Yes, well done.